Alrighty, so today is Tuesday, April 13th, 2021, and I'm just going to do a quick update on what we have growing or what we're trying to grow in our backyard. In these first two containers, we have strawberry roots that we planted. I'm not sure how long they're going to take to actually grow or if they were damaged by the frost, because we had a frost a couple weeks ago that I was not prepared for. So I'm not sure if that affected them or not. But so far, nothing has come up through that dirt yet. So we'll just wait and see. This is a grapevine that I purchased from Walmart. It was just $5, and it actually has a little bit of green peeking up, so that is promising. And if they do actually start growing well, we will trellis and get them going so that they're not all over the place. They'll be able to spread the way they're supposed to. And here is another grapevine that came from Walmart. And I'll get rid of those spider webs. The spiders around here are crazy. But you see there's a little bit of browning on them because we did have a frost about 2 weeks ago that killed off a lot of our starter plants. And so I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. Now this here, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know if that is a daylily or daffodils. I'll record them again when they come back up because they do blossom with some real pretty yellow flowers, but I just don't know what that is. And then the last one is a grapevine that has not really done anything, and it looks like some of the roots are at the top, but it has a whole lot of roots at the bottom that are actually under the dirt. So I didn't bother with actually trying to fill it all the way up with dirt because those roots were brown and looked dead when I planted them. So I'm going to go on down to the main part of the garden and see what's going on there. Now this is the fig tree that I got from eBay. I seriously paid like $6 for it, and I put it in a container. And I think I had shared before that I had it growing in a bucket and it started getting root bound and it started pushing out figs last year. So we dug that hole and got it put down inside the dirt. And you can see it's starting to grow. So it is alive. It's just a little short because I didn't do it correctly. I left it in the bucket and it got root bound and it was just stunted. That fig is the same age as this apple tree that hasn't started bearing fruit yet, but we'll see what it does this year. And we'll go a little further down, and this is the pear tree. And I'm not sure if we'll get any fruit here or not, but we'll find out. And there's Daisy. She likes to dig in the dirt, doesn't she? Now down here at the first garden bed, this is cabbage in the first section, and it's actually like 3 rows of cabbage. The ones that you actually see growing. I had started some from seeds in those little Jiffy starter pods, but a lot of my stuff that I started in those did not survive because I left the starters outside and didn't cover them up. They got frostbite, so a lot of my stuff died. In the back here, we have some Bok Choy, and it's actually starting to sprout. Now, just to give you an idea, today is the 13th of April, and I planted these last Sunday. Easter Sunday is when I planted these. So I just put the seeds in, and they are starting to come up already. So that's a promising sign. And on the back section here, this is Swiss chard. I cannot say that right, but if I can zoom in a little on the dirt, there are actually a few of them are sprouting out already. So I'm sure we will have some decent things growing this year. You know, I always say gardening is trial and error. I'm not perfect at it. I'm not trying to be perfect at it. I'm just trying to grow some stuff so that we can spend a little less time in ingesting stuff that we're not really sure what's in it. Okay. Now in this section, we've got just a couple of heads of red cabbage. I like red cabbage. My husband doesn't, my son doesn't, so I'm not going to plant a whole lot of it. But I do have a few red cabbage planted here. And over here, I just have one row with some zucchini planted. And I know, you know, they're vining, they vine and grow all over the place. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get them to grow up these trellises. And we'll see what happens. The same deal with the yellow squash that I have here. Have more yellow squash planted than zucchini because I eat zucchini. My husband's not crazy about it, so there's no need in planting a whole bunch of that, right? Now the yellow squash, we all love that. I'm going to try to get it to grow that way up that trellis, so we'll find out. And the same deal with the cucumbers. Now I put all of these seeds in the ground the same day. Easter Sunday was a very busy day. No, don't judge me. We did not spend Easter Sunday in church, so we got our garden together because we hadn't had an opportunity to do it beforehand. So we actually have a few cucumbers sprouting, so we'll see what happens. That is very promising. And no, that is not red cabbage. I believe those are weeds down there. Okay, so over to the next section. So this is garden bed number 3, and these are, first of all, green beans died from the frost. So I do have some seeds in there, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully something will come up. And I only did one row here, and then I did one row of broccoli, and the ones that you see already up, those were starters that I started from seeds, and they were one of the few things that didn't die when we got that frost. So I was glad to see that. We're going to do some collard greens back here. Those seeds are in the ground, and I think there are 4 rows of collard greens. Just a couple of spinach here. And the spinach, same deal as the broccoli. Those 2 that I have in there, they survived the frost, so they went in the ground. And I put a couple seeds in as well to see what happens. Then we have some kale planted here, and some purple top turnip greens planted here. Now over here we have some lettuce, and this is the lettuce that I planted last October, and it's just now growing. And then I have some sweet peas back here, some celery back here. Then over here we just have a few peppers, some hot peppers, jalapeno peppers, bell peppers, and then some carrots. Never grew carrots before, so we'll see what happens. But that back section is where we have carrots at. And then the last box we have okra. This section is just okra in the front here. Over here you'll see there are some that died. It was the frost thing. So there are lots of okra seeds in here. Some red okra right here, just a small section, and the rest is all green okra. Then I just have a few tomatoes that I hope will grow back here. The tomato seeds are in. And then over here in this back section is where I planted the corn at. And it looks like there's actually some corn starting to come up already. So maybe this year we will have corn. I don't know. I'm not sure if all of these things are supposed to be grown by each other. But like I said, for us, gardening is trial and error. I'm not trying to be perfect at it. I'm not a pro or anything like that. But I have the audacity to grow it. And so we'll see what happens. Thanks.